Texas college softball action. The last home games for the Tyler Apaches as they take on the Navarro Bulldogs. We'll talk about the two teams and their successes during the pregame show. We had a chance to talk to both head coaches. First, the head coach for the Navarro Bulldogs. They are 27-23 so far this season, 13-11 in Region 14 East play. They're led by 16th-year head coach Jessica Karanki-Burke. And let's hear what she had to say a few minutes ago down in their dugout. Okay, we got Coach Karanki-Burke outside the Bulldog dugout. And Coach, you guys are coming in actually playing pretty good, 7-3 in your last 10. And you got a tall task today. It's the number one team in the conference, but you split with them at your place this last weekend. Talk about what you think going into today's doubleheader.
Well, I think going into today, we're just going to focus on having good at-bats, making routine plays, and don't give them extra outs. They're a very well-coached team, very good hitting team, and if you give a team like that extra outs, they're going to take advantage of it.
Well, I know you've got a storied history over there, a lot of tradition with Bulldog softball, and you have some great success. You couldn't have done that without some really good players. I know you probably got, I don't know, are these going to be some of your sophomores? Last time to put it on for the Bulldogs. Talk about your sophomores.
This is such a fun, hardworking sophomore class. There are several of them that are going to be nurses or just ready to be a regular student. But we couldn't have asked for a better class to lead the freshmen for the next 2 years. Really, teach them how to be a leader and things like that. So they're definitely going to be missed.
Well, I know it's always tough. To kind of finish out the season, and I think numerically I've looked at it, and I don't know that this is going to be it for you guys. So, but at the same time, it's another chance to tee it up, right?
Right.
That's why you do it.
We played some really good ball. Actually, we're 9-3 over the last 12 games.
Right. You're finishing how you want to.
We played some really good ball the last 2.5 weeks. We just decided to flip that switch a little bit too late,
right?
Which we talked about on more than one occasion. We kind of left it in somebody else's hands, and that's not how we traditionally do things.
Right.
So what we talked about once we found out that that the other team that needed to lose both and us, a whole bunch of stuff that needed to happen, was that you're playing for each other and you're playing for the name on the front of your jersey and you're playing for pride. So we're going to come out and do our best and try to play dogs ball and.
Right. The love of the game, and there's going to be those moments in life where they're kind of like this, and people of true integrity are going to go out there and give it their best effort and then hopefully in a strange sense they can kind of enjoy being together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the last time as a group,
right? With maybe just not that added pressure, even though I'd love the pressure right now.
I understand.
Just not that added pressure of oh my gosh, if we don't do this, we can't do this or whatever. They're just going out there for, like you said, the love of the game, the love of each other, and the love of this program, and we're just gonna have fun and play some ball today. I mean, it's a beautiful day.
It is. Sunshine, and it's awesome. Coach, congrats on the success in the past, and thanks for taking a few minutes with me today, and hope today goes well for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Big thank you to Coach Karanki-Burke for giving me a few minutes of her time. I also had a chance to catch up with Coach Wynn. Let's hear what she had to say down in the Apache dugout. Okay, we got Coach Wynn outside the Apache dugout. And Coach, your first year, this will be our last broadcast for you guys. I've enjoyed doing your games, but I know you got a lot in front of you right now. But I want you to step back just a little bit and reflect on your first season. And you guys have, I think, clinched first place in the conference, at least in the Eastern Zone. Talk about the season that your girls have had, and just how you feel about what you've done so far.
Well, it's been an interesting spring. Not having anyone from last year's squad, I think, really speaks volumes of what these young women have done this spring. We have 3 sophomores, and they all provide different types of leadership and skill and ability for us. And so we've had some different kids step up. I mean, what's been really cool is it's not the same person every single week. And Tommy Goodman, our second baseman, goes down with an injury, and we kind of rearrange our infield a little bit. Right. And Rebecca Snow, recently named the Region 14 East Zone Player of the Week, just comes in and doesn't miss a beat in the 2-hole. Provides a little bit more power for us. We lose a little bit of speed, but just really stepped up, and they've all just done a great job on and off the field. We just went over some academic stuff, and our grades look pretty good, and so just as a whole, they've just really bought into what we're about, kind of that tough-nosed grittiness. We want to do things the right way. I think we've won some games and not really played Apache softball, and I think that we've lost some games and we've played really good softball. So just trying to get them to understand that there's a certain way that we want to approach things and a certain way that we want to do things and in our community, in the classroom, and on the softball field. And so if you watched us in the fall in comparison to now, I wouldn't say that you would believe we're the same team, and that just really shows their growth as young women, their growth as students, and their growth as athletes.
Well, you mentioned the sophomores. I think this is going to be there for that last home game, right? Talk about what that means. Even though you just got a couple of them, of course, next year this day will be a lot different than it is this year. Talk about your sophomores.
We're very, very fortunate. We got Tucker Caraway from White, Texas. She transferred in from South Alabama. She's a true utility. She can play some outfield. She can pitch. She can swing it. She can run. You got Kelly Mardonis from Sanger, really doing a great job for us in the circle and has stepped up offensively for us at times. So, just really, really blessed and excited to see where she's came from when she got here. She's made some huge strides in the circle, and just as a person, just to watch her flourish and grow as a young woman. And then Haley Weber followed me down. She's from Longmont, and so to get to coach her another year, that's really exciting for me. She's that 5-tool player. She can do a lot of things, and so all three of them are going to be missed number one as people, and then softball players. And so I know they're very impactful in our program, and they're just helping to continue to pave the way to try to keep Apache softball at a level of excellence, both on and off the field.
Well, I know that sophomore days are bittersweet for coaches and players. They certainly, hopefully, remember with fondness their time in the black and gold. And I know, like you said, you'll miss their leadership, but certainly they'll do good things to make you proud as they go on to the next level and do things in life that make you proud as their former coach. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about today's doubleheader. What are you looking for? One of the things I noticed is that, as best I can tell, you're going to have about a 10-day layoff here. What do you hope to see in this last competitive games before you head to playoffs?
Well, we didn't go over there and play extremely well on Saturday. We won the first game and got beat on a walk-off, and so I was a little salty about it and kind of told them, that they're, just like I said before, there's a certain way that we do things, and so I just want them to go out and do the little things right, have quality at-bats, compete at the plate, make fundamental defensive plays, run the bases correctly, our pitchers to give us a chance on defense. It's not, we don't have a strikeout staff. That's not what we're known for. We're known for getting cheap outs. And we have good defenders that are going to help us get those outs. Right. And so we did pick up a game with Ranger on Monday.
Okay. Right.
Hopefully the weather's going to hold out to allow us to play them. And that was just kind of, I didn't want that layoff. I'm not accustomed to sitting that long.
That is a long time.
These young women do not thrive in that type of environment. So we're gonna change our practice up a little bit because of the format of the tournament. It's 4 days, and we haven't been accustomed to doing things and really getting after it 4 days in a row. So tomorrow looks like there's rain in the forecast, so we'll kind of use that as our day off and hit the weight room and study hall, and then really Thursday, Friday, Saturday really get after it, get some quality, kind of some scrimmage time in, make our pitchers really compete in the circle and our hitters compete in the batter's box. Then use Thursday or Sunday as kind of an off light day for us, BP day, and then go play on Monday, and then still get after it maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, and then use Thursday, Friday as recovery days to come out and give us a great opportunity to be successful on Saturday afternoon.
Right. Well, again, I've sat here and watched as someone who's coached for a while, and I know that you said a lot of good things about your girls, and the fact that you only had 2 returning players and that you guys have done as well as you had, that speaks a lot to you and your coaching staff. So you should take a lot of credit for the success the Apaches have earned this year. And I know you won't say this, but I will. Congrats on that, and what a great accomplishment to come in to a program that was coming off some really high accolades, and you've done everything to keep this thing right where it's at and hopefully exceed that by doing even more special things in the postseason. So congrats on that, and I hope today goes well for you. I know we'll be looking for good things as you guys head to the playoffs and hopefully onto the national tournament.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to Coach Wynn for taking a few minutes of her time before this ball game. They're going to honor the sophomores after the second game. Is that right? Okay, so we'll do our best to cover that. Just kind of keep the camera on, but that'll be about the 3 actually roster at this point. This will be their last home game of their careers, so we will catch you up in a moment. Leadoff hitter was Lindy Kennedy. She singled up the middle, promptly stole second base, and this is Gabby Martinez at the plate. There's a bunt right back to the mound. Mardones throws it over for the first out. 1-3 on the sac bunt for Martinez. He goes to third base. Game time temperature 82 degrees. It's nice and warm here in Tyler. Well, I have a slight cold front coming through tonight. That's why they moved these games up to today. That's going to precipitate some rain. And they were a little worried. These are make-up games as they are, so we might have had to reschedule them once again. But, we're on the campus of the Brook Hill School, Bullard, Texas, Schwab Field. 1-0 pitch. There's another bunt, and that's going to spin foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Annika Barbosa, the center fielder. The Navarro Bulldogs are 27-23 on the season, 13-11 in Region 14 East Zone play. They are in 5th place, and they have been eliminated. So for all practical purposes, this is a little bit of a lame duck doubleheader. Ground ball to second. That's going to score the first run of the game. RBI Barbosa. Good play over there by Mackenzie Pete to get the second out. So an RBI. 1-0 Bulldogs. They take their early lead here in the top of the first inning. Here's Mackenzie McGallion, the designated player for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs wearing their red tie pants, the black helmets with the white striping on the helmets. The Apaches wearing their gray and white Houston Astro looking uniforms. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mackenzie McGallion. The Apaches come into this ball game 43-14 on the year, 22-4. They stand atop the conference in first place of the eastern zone of Region 14. That pitch missed low. It's 2 balls and a strike to Mackenzie McGallion, the cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs. She's up there with 2 outs. 1 run has scored. Leadoff single for Kennedy, a sac bunt, stolen base, and a ground ball. And the Bulldogs take the early lead here in the first with 2 outs. 3-1 now on McGallion. Both these teams come in playing really good softball. There's a foul straight back. Full count now, 3-2. You heard Coach Karanki Burke talk about the Bulldogs who have won 9 of their last 12 games. It's just that they dug a hole a little bit too big to get out of. And they will miss out on the playoffs this year. Storied program. They've won 10 conference titles, 3 regional titles, and they've been to the national tournament 4 times, most recently in 2005. There's the first strikeout of the game for Kelly Mardones. That's her 120th strikeout of the season. We're going to keep it right here and go through these lineups so you can get caught up. But the Bulldogs get 1 run on 1 hit, and we will head to the bottom of the first. So it's 1-0 Bulldogs. Let's go through the lineups for you. First for the visiting Bulldogs, leading off at short was Lindy Kennedy. Batting second is the second baseman Gabby Martinez. Batting third is the center fielder Annika Barbosa. And Mackenzie McGallion. She's the cleanup hitter. Taylor Goulet, the catcher. The right fielder Alyssa Chavez bats 6th. Third baseman Caitlin Gordon bats 7th. First baseman Casey Peters bats left. Jacqueline Cresta bats in the 9 position for the Bulldogs. On the mound, in the circle, is Dallas. Circle getting warmed up right now, and we'll give you her numbers here momentarily. Here's what it looks like. Leading off the field, Anna Pasinger. Rebecca Snow. Center fielder Haley Weber bats 3rd. First baseman Mackenzie Goswick bats cleanup. The court and the third baseman Casey Moore bats 6th. Second baseman Mackenzie Pete bats 7th. Shortstop Mackenzie Chatham bats 8th. And right fielder Shelby Hotchkiss bats 9th. Of course, Kelly Mardones in the circle for the Apaches. Give you her numbers next time she's out there. Defensively for the Bulldogs, Jacqueline Cresta in left, Annika Barbosa, Alyssa right. Around the infield is Caitlin Gordon at third, Lindy Kennedy at short, Gabby Martinez at second, Casey Peters at first, Taylor Goulet catching, and in the circle, Danielle Steele, the right-handed sophomore from El Paso, Texas. First pitch misses for ball one to Brianna Pasinger. So Danielle Salas in the circle for Coach Jessica Karanke-Burke. 1-0 pitch, outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. For Danielle, this is her 8th appearance, her 6th start of the season. She's 2 wins, 3 losses, 4.48 ERA, 40 2/3, 24 strikeouts, and 28 walks for the sophomore from El Paso, from Chapin High School in El Paso, Texas. 2 balls and a strike to left-handed batting Brianna Pasinger. Leads things off for the Apaches. They're chasing 1 run. The Bulldogs were able to get their leadoff batter aboard, stole second, sacrificed her over, and then a routine grab gave the Bulldogs the lead in the top of the first. 3 balls and a strike now to Brianna Pasinger. As Danielle Salas in her 6th start of the season. It's in there for a strike. And we'll go full on Pasinger. So let's see here, 5. First pitch was at 4:02, just a couple of minutes late today. 3-2, line drive. That's Pasinger's going to hit first, and she'll get to second easily. Stand up off bottom of inning number 1 for Brianna Pasinger. She hit that ball on the nose. So talk to both coaches about how do you approach this game as the Apaches have clinched the first seed and the Bulldogs eliminated. I've coached in a few of these games before, and really on both sides of it, and really what you want is your girls to play solid softball. Go out there and play like you know, and for the Bulldogs, it'll be the last time they play together this year. Obviously, the sophomores will be their last game as a Navarro Bulldog. The Apaches, on the other hand, clinching the conference number 1 seed going to the playoffs. I looked at the South Zone. We'll give you those numbers, but they will either play Galveston or Lamar Port Arthur in the first round of the district tournament or regional tournament. I believe that's in Lufkin. 0-1 pitch is low. It's 1-1 on Rebecca Snow. The Apaches have a 10-day gap between now and when they go to Lufkin. And so they are going to make a game up on Monday at Ranger. So they'll be playing. They will have some competitive play in playoff time, which is going to help the cause for sure. Let's tell you, get to this time of year and you've played 57 softball games. The last thing you really want is to have that long of a layoff without seeing live pitching. And without the pitchers having to face live hitters. You'd like to. You heard her talk in an interview about the fact that she will have some scrimmages in the next couple of days to keep her girls sharp. So, going to take tomorrow off because of the rain, and then they're going to try forward those type of scenario, get her girls ready for that tournament. That pitch is on the outside corner, strike called, and it's a full count on Rebecca Snow. She's up there for the first time today. Just getting started here at Brook Hill. Beautiful day in Bullard, just about 15 minutes south of Tyler. 82 degrees with a south-southeasterly at 18 miles an hour. That is straight out on this field. You might see a few home runs today. There's a walk, first one of the ball game for Danielle Salas. So when you get first and second, nobody out for Haley Weber. Weber steps in for the first time against Danielle Salas, the sophomore from El Paso. Haley Weber, the third batter of the Apache lineup. Up there with a chance to get these Apaches on the scoreboard. And the pitch. It's in there for strike one. Oh and 1 with nobody out. First and second. Weber at the plate. Danielle Salas, 2 and 3 on the year. Throws that off-speed pitch, just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Apaches have actually, these two teams play this week. They split a doubleheader, and the Bulldogs won in walk-off fashion on Saturday. Apaches won the first game, and the Bulldogs won the second. 2 and 1 now to Haley Weber. Apaches not last. The Bulldogs 7 and 3 in their last 10. Apaches 4 and 1 in their last 5, and Bulldogs 5 contests. Corsicana is where Navarro is located. That pitch just missed outside. 3 and 1 now to Haley Weber. Corsicana is about an hour and a half or so from Tyler. Just hop on Highway 31 and keep going. Three-one pitch in there for a strike. 3 and 2. Boy, it's kind of weird, but early going here, we've had an awful lot of full counts already.
3 in a row.
So, yeah, the Apaches, all 3 batters have gone full, and I know in the first inning, Kelly Mardones went full on at least 1 batter. So, here's the 3-2. Pop up left field, and that's going to be caught by Jacqueline Cresta. She'll throw it in. 1 out, first inning on the F7. Here's Mackenzie Goswick, the first baseman. So Danielle Salas took a 1-0 lead out to the field, and she has gotten Weber to pop up, and now she's got to go to work against Mackenzie Goswick. First pitch. Missed outside. It's 1-0 to Mackenzie Goswick. Pacinger's at second base. She led the inning off with a double to right. Rebecca Snow walked. Weber just popped up, and now it's Goswick. That's on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. It's 1-0 Navarro. Glad you're with us. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. This will be our last broadcast of the season. I've enjoyed bringing these games to you. And I don't know this, but I would think that the playoffs would be broadcast online. Do you know if they're going to be on? I can't guarantee that. That's an Angelina event, and I don't know if they would be broadcasting that tournament or not, but I would think they would. I know, of course, you can keep up with the live stats as Shelby's down there with that iPad in her hand all the time. So 1 ball to Goswick. And the pitch in the dirt. 2 and 2. And Senor, you know where we're going with this count, don't you? We're going to go full.
You just go 4 in a row.
2-2 pitch. Fouled off, and we'll do it again at 2-2 for the moment. Both teams have 1 hit. 1-0 Navarro, bottom of the first. Danielle Salas in the circle. Mackenzie Goswick at the plate. Salas taking her time, gets the grip. Here's the pitch. Line drive foul down the left field line. We'll do it again. Count remains. Mackenzie Goswick. Now running out to have a visit is Taylor Goulet. She's out there talking to Salas. First and second, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Apaches looking for their 44th victory of the year. They're 43-14. Swing and a miss on the off speed. First strikeout for Salas of the game. Came at a great time. And there's 2 away. Here's Shelby Court. Shelby Court, the 5 back lineup. TJC today. She'll get up there for the first time against the sophomore from El Paso, Danielle Salas. First and second, now 2 outs. First pitch. Misses inside, ball 1. And the 1-0. Outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Apaches are 14-4 at Schwab Field this year. They're 19-8 away from Schwab Field. They're 10-2 on neutral fields. 1-1 pitch misses outside, 2-1. Shelby Court, the catcher, up there for the first time today. Danielle Salas, after getting in trouble with 2 runners on and nobody out, has got a fly ball to left and a strikeout. Next pitch, little blooper into left. That's going to go foul. A warm and blustery day here at Schwab Field. Again, the wind's going to blow straight out, so balls that get up in the air are going to keep going, blowing straight out to center. And the pitch. That's going to miss high.
I got 3-1.
3-2 is the count. As Mr. Umpire holds up for the 4th time this inning, a full count. Runners will be off of the pitch here with 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3. He's going to call off the plate there. And that'll keep things moving. So, nice job. Sal out of trouble there. She gave up a leadoff double and got a fly ball to left and 2 strikeouts to end the inning. So the Apaches hang a donut in the bottom of the first. We'll come back for the second inning in just a minute. Five, 6, and 7 for the Navarro Bulldogs. Goulet, the catcher, stepping in for the first time today against Kelly Mardones, 26-3 on the year. There's not much Kelly hasn't done this year. She's got a 2.11 ERA, 159 innings pitched. 1-0 pitch. Ball outside, 2-0. In those 159 innings, she's got 119 strikeouts and just 68 walks. This is her 35th appearance of the year. Next pitch hit foul down the left field line. 2 balls and 1 strike. Her 31st start of the season. And she's got 13 complete games, 4 shutouts, and she also has a save. So, awful lot on the resume for Kelly. There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Taylor Goulet, the catcher. Dr. Tim Drain in the house. Actually, you got a full view of Dr. Drain walking in here. We'll zoom back just a little bit further today than normal. Here's the 2-2. That ball's going to miss high, and it's full. Imagine that, Pedro, a full count.
We hadn't seen it.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Second inning, 1-0 Bulldogs. And the payoff. Foul straight back. We'll do it again. Right-handed batting catcher Taylor Goulet. Stepping in against Kelly Mardones. Mardones, the sophomore from Sanger, Texas, one of the 3 sophomores on this lineup. This will be their last home doubleheader of the season. 3-2 pitch, ground ball. Hole. To lead off Goulet. 1B7 if you're scoring at the house. Well, the third baseman, Casey Moore, tried to lay out and knock that ball down, and it just was too hot to handle and got into left field. So Goulet at first, no ball. Lopez, the right fielder. Swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 0-1. Dr. Drain in the press box. He's cut. I don't know, but
Killing my street cred.
here's the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, 1 runner at first base. Off speed misses away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Alyssa Chavez, the right fielder, at the plate. Taylor Goulet over at first. Mardones with the wind and the pitch, and that ball, it went off the bat. I don't know if that was, it went off the end of the bat. It might be her hand, but the hand is part of the bat there, so it'll go as a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Oh my, we've seen that called a strike. That's exactly what got punched out on, and she's going to go out and talk to Kelly Mardones. Probably tell her that Mr. Umpire just missed that because I just got punched out on that play, on that call. Might have been a little higher than the one Shelby got struck out on. 3-2, nobody. Goulet at first. Mardones has her sign. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. There's strikeout number 2. That one's a back. And that's number 121 of the season for Kelly Mardones. Here's Caitlin Gordon, the third baseman, for the first time against Mardones. And the pitch. Ground ball, left side. Oh. Second hit of the inning for the Bulldogs as they try to muster up some more offense here. That'll bring up Casey Peters, the first baseman. Well, for the first time in a long time, I'm sure the Navarro Bulldogs will not be in the playoffs this year. 10 times they've won the conference. The latest was 2015. The first pitch down Broadway, strike 1. Casey Peters, the 8th batter in the Bulldog lineup. She's up there for the first time today. First baseman for the Dogs. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 aboard here in the second inning. Bulldogs lead it 1-0. Mardones has her sign. You see that big wind-up she has? Where she winds and then unwinds. Every pitch, every ounce of what she has goes into every pitch. You watch her deliver the softball from that circle. She coils and then totally uncoils. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Casey Peters. And the pitch. Just missed inside, not by much. And it's 2-2. Mardones takes a deep breath. Here's the 2-2. Pop up. That's going to hit on down over the Apache bullpen. Apache's in the third base dugout. And the Bulldogs in the first base dugout. And the next 2-2 pitch. Just off the plate. And it's another full count. Both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches here in the early going. We've seen a lot of full counts. Payoff pitch. Just missed. Might have been a little bit high. And the Bulldogs here in the...
Now batting number 4, Jacelyn Cresta.
So, first walk of the day for Mardones, loads the bases. And that's going to bring a visit from Coach Wynn into the circle. Jacqueline Cresta steps in for the Bulldogs for the first time today. She's the 9th hitter in their lineup. Coach, 2 hitters. The hitter Cresta and then the on-deck hitter Kennedy, I think, is the other one over there. Talking through what the approach will be with 1 out and well, Mr. Umpire is going to go out and break up the meeting inside the circle. Apaches head back to their spots. Bases loaded, 1 out. Navarro leads it 1-0 here in the top of the second. The 9 hitter, Jacqueline Cresta, is at the plate. First pitch in there, strike 1. Navarro trying to push out an early lead here. They already lead at 1-0. Good block by Shelby Court at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Apaches would love to somehow get a double play out of this. Corner infielders are way in. Here's the 1-1. In there for a strike, 1-2. And now if you're Jacqueline Cresta, you got to find a way to put it in play here. You got Goswick and Moore creeping in on the corners. Here's the pitch. A little slap just to stay alive. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1-0 Bulldogs. Top of the second. Bases are loaded. Kelly Mardones, strikeout would be in order here. 1-2 pitch. Off speed, little looper into left. RBI single for Cresta. And it's 2-0 Bulldogs. They've had 3 base hits all to left field this inning.
Now batting number 11.
That will score Goulet. And the base is still loaded for leadoff hitter Lindy Kennedy. She singled to center in the first pitch of this game. Good speed. She stole second on the second pitch. And she scored the first run of the ball game. It's 2-0 Navarro. Pitch missed inside, ball 1. Lindy Kennedy, the batter for the Bulldogs. On the season, Kennedy, a .305 hitter. There's a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kennedy, a .305 batting average. 10 doubles, 6 triples, 2 home runs, and 23 RBIs for Kennedy, the shortstop for the Bulldogs. As a team, they're batting .280. And we heard Coach Karanke Burke talk about the fact that they've played really well the last couple of weeks, 9-3 in their last 12 games, but they were in a hole at that point and didn't quite get out of it. Line drop, base play by Casey Moore for the second out of the inning. That was a bullet off the bat of Kennedy. So it's L5 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Gabby now down a sac bunt her first time up. And she'll be up there with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Kelly Mardona is trying to minimize the damage here. She's given up 1 run in both the first and second innings. First pitch to Martinez in there for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. Little chopper foul down the first base line. 0-2 now on Gabby Martinez, the second baseman. And Navarro now with 4 hits, 2 runs on 4 hits. The Apaches, they did get a hit in the first inning. But they stranded a couple of runners. Next pitch just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looked like Mardones wanted that call. 2 outs, bases loaded. Kelly Mardones trying to get the Apaches off the field here. She's got her sign. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Second strikeout of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Mardones. And she gets out of trouble with minimal damage. She gives up 1 run on 3 hits, and the Bulldogs leave them loaded. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 2. Your new score from Schwab Field, Navarro 2, Apaches 0. Welcome back on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Beautiful facility here. Apaches call home before they get their home field built on campus, hopefully, some point in the near future. Casey Moore leads it off. 6, 7, and 8. It's Casey Moore, Mackenzie Pete, and Mackenzie Chapman for the Apaches second inning. 2-0. Danielle Salas in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs from Navarro. Now it's 2-0 on Moore. Danielle Salas starting for the 6th time this year. She's 2-3 in her previous 5 starts. 4.48 ERA. That pitch misses. 3-0.
Here comes 2 straight strikes.
She has appeared in 16 games, so she's also had 10 relief appearances for Coach Karanke Burke. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. It's 3-1.
1 more to go.
2-1. Missed outside. It's a leadoff walk for Casey Moore. That'll be the second walk of the ball game for Danielle Salas. Here's Mackenzie Pete, the second baseman for the Apaches. I don't know if Coach Wynn intentionally hides down there or what.
Number 8, Mackenzie Pete.
I cannot see her when she coaches third base. So it's almost like she's in the dugout. There's a ball on the and a nice play by Taylor Goulet to get the runner. But the sacrifice moves Moore to second base. So runner at second with one out. Here's Mackenzie Chatham.
Now batting number 2, Mackenzie Chatham.
Chatham up there for the first time today here in the second inning. Apaches trail 2-0. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Jacqueline Cresta out in left, Annika Barbosa in center, Alyssa Chavez in right field. For the Bulldogs, we'll go around the infield just to kind of bring you up to speed. No, we haven't any changes yet. Caitlin Gordon at third, Lindy Kennedy at short, Gabby Martin at second, Casey Peters at first, and Taylor Goulet behind the plate for the Bulldogs. Of course, Danielle Salas in the circle. 2 balls, no strikes to Mackenzie Chatham. Apaches have played exceptionally well here of late. 9 of their last 10. They have 1. 2-0 pitch. Fouled off into the net. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. And the pitch. Missed outside. 3 balls. Next pitch, little flare over the first base dugout. Foul. That'll run the count to guess what? Full count. I would say the majority of the at-bats in this game so far have gone to a 3-2 count. 1 out. Casey Moore at second base. Apaches trail 2-0. Little looper right at the second baseman. She'll catch it. Nice play by Gabby Martinez for the second out. And here's Shelby Hotchkiss for the first time. Shelby's the 9 batter for Coach Wynn Ratliff. As she talked about, Haley Weber came with her this year. She's one of the sophomores, as is Kelly Mardonis. And there's another one, I think it's Miss Caraway. Tucker Caraway, a sophomore from Whitewright. So, as I said, after the second game, we'll have a brief, I think they're going to do something on the field for those 3 sophomores in their final home games. There's a pop-up, short center field, hit. Apaches are going to score their first run, and it's a 2-1 score now after the RBI single by Shelby Hotchkiss. 1B8 if you're scoring at the house, and off the bat, that be caught. But Annika Barbosa could not quite get there in time, and so Hotchkiss gets the RBI single, and Moore scores the first run of the day for the Apaches. 2-1 is the score now. Here in the 2 outs. Here's Brianna Pasinger. Pasinger doubled her first time up. On the year, she's hitting .435. The Apaches lead the conference with a team batting average of .382. And as we said before, that's over 100 points higher than the Bulldogs at .280 as a team. Brianna batting 435, 18 doubles, a triple, and 5 homers. Got 37 RBIs to go with those 5 home runs. So Brianna Pasinger now 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Shelby Hotchkiss at first. She just drove in the first run of the game for the Apaches. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball through the single to right with 2 outs, and the Apaches have something going here in the bottom of the second. 1B9 if you're scoring at the house. Hotchkiss at first, Hotchkiss at second now. And Brianna Pasinger at first. Here's Rebecca Snow. She walked her first time up. And Rebecca here, 486 average. Among the regular hitters, Rebecca Snow with the highest batting average of anyone on the squad. First pitch in there for a strike. 16 doubles for Rebecca, 2 triples, and 6 home runs. That's second on the team to Haley Weber's 10. Rebecca has 56 RBIs. That's good for tops on the club. Next pitch is in there. No balls, 2 strikes to Rebecca Snow. Pasinger at first, Hotchkiss at second. Danielle Salas in the circle for the Bulldogs. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, good block right there by Taylor Goulet. And the count goes to 1-2.
Give her something she can drive.
Next pitch, and outside pitch just kind of slapped over toward the Apache bullpen, bounces out of the bullpen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Coach Wayne's 1 foot out of the dugout.
One and 2 with 2 outs. The Apaches have scored a run here and cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1. Navarro leads. Salas taking her time in that circle. Here's the 1-2. That ball missed.
Good eye.
And it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Navarro. And the pitch. Little looper into center and caught. Wow. Barbosa came, almost went over her head. That'll go as an L8, and it'll end the inning. Rebecca Snow hits the ball hard, but it's right at the center fielder, Annika Barbosa, for the final out. We'll go to the third score. Outfield, the Apaches do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2 runners on. 2-1. Back at it on ApacheAthletics.com. 3, 4, and 5 for the Bulldogs here in the top of the third inning. Annika Barbosa leads it off. She grounded out to second, but got the RBI in the first inning. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes for Barbosa. Barbosa, 336 on the year. Swing and a miss. And Barbosa is down on strikes. The 4th strikeout for Kelly Mardones.
Now batting number 10.
1 up and 1 down here in the third inning. Here's Mackenzie McGallion. It is right. Annika Barbosa played here? Yeah, so former Apache back on the Schwab Field. Thought I recognized that name. Look out. That ball got away from Kelly Mardones. She kind of chuckles. The ball went behind Mackenzie McGallion. If these were guys mound, girls are out there smiling at each other. Actually a little refreshing. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Mardones. No, that's way up and away. 2-0. Now, one of the things you want, and in kind of a lame duck doubleheader here, you certainly want you want to get better. Is what you want to do. You want to be ready for that next time you tee it up for real. And for the Apaches, that'll be next Monday. They'll have a bunch of inter squads between now and Monday, and then they'll travel to Ranger. I'm assuming playing a doubleheader against Ranger, and then they'll have another 3 or 4 days off between then and the playoffs. The pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mackenzie McGallion at the plate. Swing and a miss. Mardones has struck out the last 3 Bulldogs she's faced. That's her 5th strikeout, and we're 2 outs in the third now.
Number 25, Taylor Goulet.
Here's Taylor Goulet. She singled to left field her first time up. Ended up scoring the second run of the game for the Bulldogs. They lead it 2-1 here in the top of the third. Mardones trying to strike out the side. First pitch, breaking pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Looks like she's starting to find a little bit more of a rhythm here in the third inning. Nicely placed breaking pitch to work ahead of Taylor Goulet, 0-1. Fastball just missed. We've seen pitches further outside called a strike, but not that time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelly Mardones winds, and the 1-1. Misses low, 2-1. Taylor Goulet is the leading Bulldog hitter at a .400 batting average. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goulet batting .400 leads the squad in that category. 13 doubles, that leads the team. 7 homers, that leads the team. 39 RBIs, that leads the team. So the catcher, Taylor Goulet, leading the Bulldogs in just about every offensive category. She is not leading the team in stolen bases. That would be Annika Barbosa with 18. Miss Goulet has just 2. Swing and a miss. She does strike out the side. So Kelly Mardones, with her 4th, 5th, and 6th strikeouts of this ball game, strikes out the side here in the third. We'll go to the bottom half. It's 2-1 Navarro. Back in just a minute. Welcome back to Schwab Field. We're on the campus of the Brook Hill School.
Batting for the Apaches, number 21, Haley Weber.
Haley Weber will lead it off. 3, 4, and 5 for the Apaches. They trail 2-1 here as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Weber flew out to left field her first time up. On the season, Haley, a .424 hitter, 19 doubles. That's second on the team in that category, only to Mackenzie Goswick. Weber with 2 triples and 10 home runs. That leads the team in that category. I wonder if Coach Wynn wouldn't be that hard to do. Just a couple of years. Has anyone tallied up any kind of season records for the softballers? That's 11 of the year for Haley Weber, and we are tied here. That was a rocket off Haley Weber. So, one of 3 softball goes second to last game. Or second to last home game, I should say, here at Schwab Field. 2-2 is our score now, with still nobody out. Here's Mackenzie Goswick. She struck out her first time up. Got 29 batting average, 22 doubles. 22 doubles is good for tops on the squad in that category. She also has 8 homers and 1 triple. First pitch to Mackenzie Goswick, outside ball 1. One and 0. Danielle Salas in the circle. Whoa, that wasn't close. And it's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Just missed outside. 3-0 now to Mackenzie Goswick. Shelby Court would be next for the Apaches. Nobody out, nobody on. 1 run is in after the solo leadoff homer by Haley Weber. She had a line drive, just a laser shot. Cleared the fence in right field by about 2 or 3 feet. 3-0 pitch, ball 4. So that'll be the 3rd walk of the game for Danielle Salas. And here's Shelby Court. She struck out swinging her first time up.
Number 12, Shelby Court.
So she's 0 for 1 in this one. Shelby Court on the season. .333 is her batting average. 18 doubles, 9 home runs. She has 50 RBIs to go with those 9 homers. Goswick at first with nobody out. And the pitch. Just missed low, ball 1. Well, the Bulldogs are in 5th place as we go into today's ball game, but unfortunately, they will not be able to make the postseason this season. A storied program that have won the conference 10 different times. Bunt attempt and throwing down to first base. Behind Goswick is the catcher, Goulet. Goswick gets back safely to first base. I think we're 1-1 now. Pretty sure she tried to bunt that. He's going to show bunt again. Now stepping off is Danielle Salas. Salas is really deliberate. It is 1 ball, 1 strike, Senior. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
There you go.
Look at that.
Throw down again. Right field, but the right fielder, Chavez, backs it up. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls and a strike. Right. Keep me in the game. Keep me in the game.
Well, they were asking Mr. Umpire, and it's 1-2 now. They have to. Still nobody out. Runner at first base. So we'll see if Coach Wynn keeps the bunt on. There's a line shot to the shortstop. Steps on second. Throw to first. Double play done by Lindy Kennedy. 6U3 erases the base runner and ends the inning. Well, no, it doesn't. It's only 2 outs. And here's Casey Moore. Thought there was 1 out there. So nicely done by Lindy Kennedy. That ball was a well hard. Kennedy went to her left and quickly threw to first for the 6U3 double play. Here's Casey Moore now. She walked and scored her first time up. She ended up scoring on an RBI single by Shelby Hotchkiss. First pitch missed, and it's 1-0 to Casey Moore. Casey Moore, 407 is her average on the year. Ground ball to second. Martinez catches it, not going to get rid of it in time. I don't know, I'm going to give it a single. Martinez appeared to take a little longer than normal to get rid of the ball, and when she hesitated for a moment, Casey Moore was able to leg out the infield single. Here's Mackenzie Pete now. She laid down a bunt her first time up, so she does not have an official at bat. Mackenzie, 333 on the year for her. 16 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, and 44 RBIs. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. If you look up and down the Apache stat sheet, they got players up and down there that are producing doubles, triples, homers, and RBIs, and you'd like to see that. That bodes well for the postseason when you're not depending on just 1 or 2 players to produce all the offense. Next pitch is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 aboard. A solo homer by Haley Weber led the inning off and tied the score at 2. That ball's hit the left field. That'll fall in for a single. Mackenzie Pete gets her first hit of the day. So the inning continues with 2 outs. Here's Mackenzie Chatham. Mackenzie Chatham lined out to the second baseman her first time up. Chatham on the year.
Number 2, Mackenzie Chatham.
327 is her batting average. She's got 7 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. 38 RBIs for the Apache shortstop. First pitch to Chatham. Misses, ball 1. Danielle Salas has been in the circle from the start for the Bulldogs. Salas, the sophomore from El Paso, Texas. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, 2-0. "13 sophomores on this Navarro roster. So they will turn this roster over. The Apaches, however, just have 3 sophomores on their roster. That ball's in the dirt. 3-0. Barring a exodus by freshmen to 4-year programs, the Apaches should have a lot of productivity returning to their roster next year. 3-0 now to Mackenzie Chatham. Shelby Hotchkiss would be next. In there for a strike, 3-1. Apache baseball team has a makeup game tomorrow night at Mike Carter against the UT Tyler JV. 3-1 pitch. Just missed low and inside. That's the 4th walk of the day for Danielle Salas. And that will bring up the 9-hitter, Shelby Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss had an RBI single to center field her first time up. So She's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Hotchkiss, 391 average on the season. 17 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. 44 RBIs for the Apache 9 hitter. And the pitch. Missed outside, 1-0. Bases loaded with Apaches. We're tied at 2 here in the bottom of the third inning. Apaches 2. Shelby Court hit into that double play since then. Single by Moore, a single by Pete, and a walk to Chatham. Here's the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Apache's trying to take the lead here for the first time today. And there went something blown away. Danielle Salas has walked 4 Apaches so far. Ball's behind 2-0. There's the next pitch, and it's 3-0. And at times, Mr. Umpire has he's called the outside strike, and then something, or the one off the plate. And the Navarro dugout asked where the pitch was, and Mr. Umpire put his hands about a foot apart and said it was that far outside. So 3 balls, no strikes to Shelby Hotchkiss. Right down Broadway, 3-1. Well, the wind continues to blow straight out here. We've already seen 1 home run to right field. Line shot this inning by Haley Weber. 3-1 pitch. Pop up right side. That's going to get outside of live ball area, bounce into the Navarro bullpen, and take the count to, you guessed it, 3-2. Full count with 2 outs. Runners will be off with the pitch here. Shelby Hotchkiss trying to get her second hit in as many trips to the plate. And the payoff pitch. Oh, my. Well, we either are not going to, but he called it 2 different ways in that at bat alone. So strike 3 called. The Apaches leave them loaded, but your score is tied now after the leadoff homer by 2 as we go to the 4th. All right, we've had my first person check in. We've got, who is it? Carla Strother has checked in. Let's go Apaches, watching from Tomball. She loves supporting her daughter, Casey Moore. So thanks for checking in. If you want to check in on the YouTube message system, go ahead and do that. Or if you have the Remind system, I'll be glad to give you a shout out. It's always good to know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Might have some Bulldog fans out there. Love to hear from you as well. Well, the Bulldogs come up to the plate here in the 4th. First pitch popped up. Alyssa Chavez pops it up, and catching it over at third is Casey Moore for out number 1. F5 if you're scoring at the house. So Chavez now 0 for 2 after striking out her first time up. Here's Caitlin Gordon.
Now batting number 14, Caitlin Gordon.
Gordon on the year, 235 average. Swing and a miss. Strike one. That pop-up broke a 4 strikeout in a row streak by Kelly Mardones. She had struck out the last 4 Bulldogs she faced. Here's the 0-1. Popped out of play to our left. Football stadium is just to our left. Gymnasium back behind us here. And the baseball field is actually just to our right. Beautiful concession area and covered hitting area for the baseball and softball team here at Brook Hill School. Line drive into right field, base hit. And that's going to be the second hit of the day for Caitlin Gordon. She had one to left her first time up. Now she's got one to right. Here's Casey Peters. She walked her first time up. So far, that's the only walk that Kelly Mardones has issued. Runner at first, one out. Casey Peters bats in the 8th position for the Bulldogs.
Casey Peters.
2-2 is our score on the top of the 4th inning. Kelly Mardones looking for win number 27. She is 26-3 on the year. In there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. I got to believe I think they're ranked number 5 in the country. Yeah, they're ranked number 5 right now, the Apaches are. Next pitch misses. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And with a 26, Mardones has got to be in the running for All-American this year. Got to believe that. As highly ranked as the Apaches are. 2.11 ERA. That ball's fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 4th inning. These two teams split a doubleheader at Navarro last Saturday. Bulldogs took a 10-9 walk-off win in Game 2 of that doubleheader. Two balls, 2 strikes to Casey Peters. Mardones with the pitch. Breaking pitch just missed outside, a little bit high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Might be setting a record for full count at bats here today. And the full count pitch, that's going to miss. And that's going to be the second walk of the day for Casey Peters. Mardones has only walked 2 batters, and they both have been Casey Peters. Here's Jacqueline Cresta. Cresta steps in there with a runner at first and second, 1 out. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. She RBI single her first time up. So she's 1 for 1 today on the season. Jacqueline Cresta is 269 average. 8 doubles, 14 RBIs. There's a tapper to short. Chatham misses it. It's an error on Kinsey Chatham, and the bases are now loaded. 1 out in the inning. Back to the top of the Bulldog lineup we go. Lindy Kennedy steps in. Well, you hope you get another chance at a potential double play. Not sure that was a double play ball, but definitely a play that Mackenzie Chatham is going to make most of the time. Apache infield gathering inside the circle here. Mr. Umpire trying to break this meeting up, keep this game moving along. Well, Lindy Kennedy steps in. She's 1 for 2.
Number 11, Lindy Kennedy.
Led the game off with a single to center field. Now Mr. Umpires, I don't know what the question was, but it looked like Jessica Karanke-Burke is asking about outs. There is one out. The leadoff hitter, Chavez, hit a pop up to the third baseman. So there's another pop up the other side. And running over to try to make the catch is Shelby Hotchkiss. She'll run out of time to get that one and strike one. I've got a couple of people that have checked in. All right, there's some dog fans supporting from Willis. Casey Peters is my girl. So Miss Julie Peters checked in. Love to hear from you. And all right, somebody's checked in from Magnolia, Texas. Rooting for Casey. There's a pop-up right side, deep to right field. Hotchkiss makes the grab, running back toward the fence. Everybody goes up the spot, and it's 3-2 Bulldogs on the sac fly by Lindy Kennedy. So Kennedy will get the RBI, and Gordon comes in to score, and everyone else goes up one station. And Coach Wynn's out there giving it to her team here. I'm going to guess that was a frustration on the having to give that run up. Wanting her squad to play solid defense. And
Number 13, Gabby Martinez.
now we have 2 outs in the inning. And runners at second and third. There's 2 outs. Foul ball straight back. 0-1. Martinez laid down a bunter first time up, struck out swinging to end the second inning. So she's 0 for 1 today. She would love to get a base hit here and drive in 2 more. Navarro leads it 3-2. Check swing. I thought she went. Yes, she did. And it's 0-2 on second baseman Gabby Martinez. Well, big spot in this game right here. Try to keep the score right where it's at. Come back and tie or take the lead. 3-2. There's a pitch, a little chopper, and Mardones just gloved. That would have nice play by Kelly Mardones. That'll go 1-3 on the ground out by Martinez. But the Bulldogs get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave a couple runners on. Your new score from Schwab Field, Navarro 3 and Tyler 2. Back for the bottom of the 4th in just a minute. Welcome back to Field 1, Brook Hill School. Dr. John Groth on the play-by. The folks chiming in on the YouTube message system. If you want to do that, let me know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. Appreciate all the folks that have chimed in. Get a little shout out on the air if we hear from you. 3-2 now. Go to the 4th. Top of the Apache lineup, Brianna Pasinger, 2 for 2, a double and a single. First pitch misses, ball 1. Danielle Salas in the circle for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs 27 and 23 on the season. 13 and 11 in Region 14 East zone play going into today's ball game. That's in there for a strike. Even at 1-1. The Apaches are 43 and 14 on the year. They are 22 and 4 in Region 14 East. They have clinched the first place seed. Good off-speed pitch right there by Salas. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind picking up here. Game time, we had south-southeasterly at 18, and got to believe some of those gusts are taking it over 20. Here's the 1-2. That missed high. Even at 2-2. It's been the game of single runs so far. The Navarro Bulldogs scored single runs in the first, second, and fourth. Apaches scored single runs in the second and third. Full count now on Brianna Pasinger. Trying to get her 3rd hit of the ball game. And the pitch. Little looper, left field. There it is. 3 for 3 for Brianna. And the Apaches come right back here in the 4th inning. Here's Rebecca Snow.
Now batting number 15, Rebecca Snow.
Rebecca Snow walked her first time up and lined out to center to end the 2nd inning. She's 0 for 1 today. She shows bunt right back to Salas at first, and that'll go 1 to 4 on the sacrifice. So Rebecca Snow lays down the bunt, moves Pasinger to second base. Here's Haley Weber. Weber hit a line drive home run her last time up. Flew out to left back in the first inning, so she's 1 for 2. First pitch just misses, ball 1. Line drive right by baseman, right center, get all the way. Weber is going to hit second, third, throw to third, out in time. A triple for Haley Weber. That ball was smoked. It went by the second baseman Martinez in a hurry, and it went all the way to the fence. And Pasinger came all the way around to score. And it's the 2nd RBI for Haley Weber. She's got a home run and a triple now. Halfway to the cycle, Pete. Here's Mackenzie Goswick. She's got the hardest 2 ones under her belt. First pitch, going to miss outside to Mackenzie Goswick. Mackenzie Goswick struck out swinging her first time up and walked back in the 3rd inning. So she's 0 for 1. Weber at 3rd represents the go-ahead run for the Apaches. They have never led in this ballgame. There's a base hit to center, and now they do. RBI single by Mackenzie Goswick, and the Apaches lead it 4-3.
You got a pen?
4-3. one out here in the fourth inning. Here's Shelby Court.
Now batting number 12, Shelby Court.
She hit the ball hard her last time up, but it was right at the shortstop, Lindy Kennedy. Kennedy stepped on second and threw across for the double play. First pitch to Court, outside, ball one. The Apaches, 3 hits in the inning. A single, leadoff single by Pasinger, a triple by Weber, and now a single by Goswick. Pop up, center field, drifting over and making the catch is Annika Barbosa for the second out. Well, anything that gets up that high is going to travel. That wasn't hit quite hard enough to get out of here. And now it's going to be Casey Moore.
Number 17, Casey Moore.
Casey Moore, an infield singler last time up. She walked and scored back in the second inning. So she's 1 for 1 in this contest. 6th batter of the inning for the Apaches. They have scored 2 runs to take a 4-3 lead. And that ball gets away from the catcher, Taylor Goulet. Pass ball there. And Goswick goes down to second base. Now you got a single by Moore, and the Apaches would look to extend a 1-run lead. They lead 4-3 here at the bottom of the 4th. Next pitch just misses off the plate.
How many outs?
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in the inning.
Got it. Don't ever do that again, Jesse.
Oh, that is not my fault. I'm staying.
I'm going to blame you.
And that pitch missed low.
Your job, I'll handle my job.
Whatever happens, it's your fault. Here's your beans.
You're welcome for that.
It's 3-0 right now with 2 outs. Danielle Salas in the circle. Outside corner, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Actually, she could go outside 2 feet and still be a strike. But that's okay.
3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and now it's a full count.
You can't take that pitch on.
Casey Moore at the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of inning number 4. 4-3 Apaches. Bulldog squad has played good softball here the last couple of weeks, as you heard their coach elaborate on. That ball's popped up in front of the Navarro dugout, but foul. Nobody can get there in time to make the catch. Actually went down toward the bullpen area, so a little bit past the dugout. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kenzie Goswick at second. Apaches now lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Salas has her sign. Here's the 3-2. Pop up and Chavez makes the easy catch in the right field for the final out. The Apaches get 2 more runs on 3 hits. They leave a runner on. Your new score feels 5th inning. It's Tyler 4 now and Navarro 3. And welcome back to Bullard, Texas. We're on the campus of the Brook Hill School. First pitch swinging and hit into right field. Base hit for Annika Barbosa. And back come the Bulldogs. 1B9. Mackenzie Coswick was kind of retreating to first, and that ball went right by her. She was anticipating that ball. I don't know what she was anticipating, but she actually moved away from it. First pitch swing and little looper into right field, and that's going to be caught by Hotchkiss for the first out. 2 pitches, both Bulldog hitters. That was Mackenzie McGallion popping up to right field. She's now 0 for 3 after a couple of strikeouts. Here's Taylor Goulet. Singled to left field in the second inning. She scored then. Struck out swinging to end inning number 3. So Goulet 1 for 2 today. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Kelly Mardones has struck out 6 Bulldogs. Pop up right side, and Hotchkiss in right field squeezes it for the second out. After the single by Barbosa, a couple of fly balls to right. Going to bring up Alyssa Chavez. Chavez struck out looking in the second inning, popped up to third base to lead off the fourth. She 0 for 2 against Kelly Mardones. First pitch. Misses outside, 1-0.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm trying to see here. I have to double check that national poll. I said they were ranked 5. They might be lower than that. Line shot, foul. So I think the Apaches may be ranked number 10 in the NJCAA, the latest poll. Let's look at this here. Yeah, we're a number 11 in the latest poll. So right behind Central Arizona. Apache's ranked number 11 in the latest NJCA poll. There's a pop-up center field. Weber comes in and makes the grab for the final out. So the leadoff single is stranded. 3 fly ball outs. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 5. The Apaches hold on to a slim 1-run lead. It's 4-3. All right, the Bull. Ashley Smith is the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. Smith is a sophomore from Houghton, Louisiana. And give you some numbers on Ashley Smith. Ashley Smith has appeared in 31 games. So this is her 32nd appearance.
Now batting number 8, Mackenzie P.
Ashley Smith has started 22 games, 15 complete games, 1 shutout, 3 saves for Smith. She's 13-8 with a 2.74 ERA. And Smith has thrown 138 innings. That's most on the pitching staff. 77 strikeouts, 70 walks for Ashley Smith. So Smith, new pitcher for the Bulldogs. Again, she is a sophomore from Houghton, Louisiana. We're in the bottom of inning number 5.
That would scare me to death.
2 balls and no strikes to Mackenzie Pete. Laid down a bunt, base hit to left. She's 1 for 2, or actually 1 for 1. That pitch in there for a strike. Well, Ashley Smith, a little bit unorthodox delivery here. And definitely a different look with these Apache hitters. Kind of hops on the mound before she starts into her windup. 3-1 to Mackenzie Pete. The Apaches trying to add to a 1-run advantage here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch is in there. And once again, we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on and nobody out.
I replaced my water line in my house. Last Friday they were starting.
And the pitch. Little chopper foul. Comes back straight back to the fence here, and we'll do it again.
It scared me half to death. I said, we've dug up a dead body.
Mackenzie Pete trying to get on base for the Apaches.
Full, Cam. Surprisingly. Hop, hop, hop.
Ashley Smith winds and delivers. Look out, foul ball down the third base line, foul.
We don't know what it is.
Got a later start time today for this doubleheader. We are an hour and 32 minutes in, bottom of the 5th here at Schwab Field. Go Apaches from San Marcos, California. That would be Zacharias Knight. There's a pop-up, short center field. Coming in to make the grab is Barbosa. 1 out. F8 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Mackenzie Chatham. Chatham lined out to second and walked. She's 0 for 1 today. So appreciate Mr. Knight checking in from California. Of course, the Kelkins from Magnolia checking in earlier. Looks like we got somebody trying to promote whatever they're doing here. It's got nothing to do with Apache softball. So, first pitch misses high, ball 1. Ashley Smith, the new pitcher in the circle for the Bulldogs. Just off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. We've seen that pitch called a strike before. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chatham. Two balls and a strike. Good fastball in the outside corner there. 2-2. 1 out, nobody aboard here in the Apache 5th. They lead at 4-3. And there's a foul ball, and we'll stay at 2-2. The Apaches currently sit 11th in the country. Again, these two squads split a doubleheader. The Apaches won game 1 Saturday 14-6 and then lost 10-9. The count goes full now, 3-2 on Mackenzie Chatham. This game has just kind of crawled with so many full counts today on both sides. 3-2 pitch coming up. Here it is, ball 4. That's the first walk for Ashley Smith, and it's the fifth walk of the day for the Bulldog pitchers. Here's the 9-hitter, Shelby Hotchkiss. Runner at first, 1 out. Apaches would love to add some insurance runs here. They just lead by 1 run, 4-3. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Smith, the sophomore from Houghton, Louisiana, has more innings pitched this season than any other Bulldog pitcher. 138 coming into today's game. That pitch is in there for a strike. 0-2. Ashley Smith, 13-8, appearing in her 32nd game. Pitch, way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To right fielder Shelby Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss RBI single to center back in the 2nd inning. Struck out looking to end the 3rd. She's 1 for 2 in this one. Here's a pitch from Smith. In there, strike 3. So strikeout number 4 on the day for Navarro pitching. It's the first strikeout for Ashley Smith. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Brianna Pasinger, all she's done is gone 3 for 3 today. Double to right, single to right, and a single to left. She's also scored a run. So now you have 2 outs and a runner at first base. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That ball right and off the fence. Pasinger continues her high double, and the runner will be held at third. So a stand-up double, second double of the ball game. That ball went off the fence. Pasinger, well, you thought that Chatham might have a chance to score, but Coach Wynn held her up. Second and third, 2 outs for Rebecca Snow. Apaches now, that's their 10th hit of the game. 4 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Apaches. The Bulldogs 3 runs on 6 hits. They have not committed an error. Rebecca 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a bunt. First pitch outside, ball 1. Boy, wouldn't it be a great addition here if Snow could get these runs in, give the Apaches a little more breathing room. Base hit, 1 run, and here's the second. Not in time. Count. Mr. Umpire, let us know. Run does count, all right? So 2 runs come in on the RBI single by Rebecca Snow. And that is a big sigh of relief from Coach Wynn as Snow gets 2 RBIs on the single, scoring Pasinger and Chatham. She's thrown out at second, but the two big runs on 2 hits. They don't leave anybody on. We'll go to the 6th inning. Your new score from Schwab Field, the Apaches 6 and the Bulldogs 3. Welcome back to Bullard, Texas. We're on the campus of Brook Hill. First pitch to Caitlin Gordon. Misses outside. Gordon's 2 for 2. She has singled to left and singled to right. Kelly Mardonis in the circle with a 3-run cushion now. 6-3 Apaches as we go to the 6th inning. That's in their first strike. Big 2-out hit by Rebecca Snow allows Kelly Mardonis to breathe a little easier. Ground ball foul. 1-2 on Caitlin Gordon. It's 7, 8, and 9 coming to home plate for the Bulldogs in this inning. 6-3 Apaches. They've scored runs in every inning except the first. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Oh, she must have fouled it.
She never even touched it.
Mr. Umpire didn't say anything. I don't know why.
Strike 3.
Well, it must have been a foul ball. Normally the hands go up on a foul ball, but we're not getting any kind of visual foul ball call, so count stays 1-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, misses outside, 2-2. Caitlin Gordon at the plate. 2-2 count, nobody on, nobody out. Kelly Mardonis trying to win her 27th game of the year. That ball's low, that ball got away. And it's now a full count. And both sides have, I don't know, I would love to know how many full counts we had today, but an awful lot. Here's the 3-2. Little bloop over to first and diving and can't quite make the catch is Mackenzie Goswick. Almost got her glove on that and couldn't quite make the catch. She dove in foul territory right in front of the first base coach. So count will stay 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 6th inning. That's a strike 3 called. And for Shelby Hodgkiss, it's going to be strikeout. That's the first strikeout since back in the 3rd inning. Strikeout number 7 for Kelly Mardonis. Here's Casey Peters. A couple of walks for Peters. Pop up on the first pitch and just gets over the net. And out of play. Went out, nobody aboard. And the pitch. Outside. Casey Peters at the plate for the Bulldogs. That's in their first strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ground ball foul. Stay at 1-2. Six-3 Apaches here, top of the 6th inning. Here's the next 1-2. Just missed outside. Pretty good pitch right there. Called a ball. Casey Peters. Three balls, 2 strikes.
You heard that before?
I think Mr. Umpire's in love with 3-2 counts today. Here's the next 3-2 delivery. There's strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kelly Mardonis. Strikeout number 8 in the ball game. And that's 127 on the season for Kelly. Here's Jacqueline Cresta. RBI single in the second. Reached on an error in the fourth. So she's 1 for 2 today. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. 1-0. 2 outs and nobody aboard. Here's the pitch. Missed outside. 2-0. Now we are supposed to get some rain as the front comes through tomorrow, so that's why they moved these games to today. Of course, the natural surface here at Brook Hill, it'll take some rain, but and I don't think we're supposed to get a lot of rain, but they just wanted to make sure to get these in, so they moved them up to today. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike, 3-1. Jacqueline Cresta. RBI single her first time up back in the second inning. At that point, the Navarro Bulldogs were leading 2-0. That ball's fouled out of play, and it's another full count. And the payoff pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit. Second hit of the day for Cresta. 1B9. And we'll turn the lineup back to the top. Lindy Kennedy. Kennedy, a sac fly and an RBI her last time up. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. The Navarro shortstop steps in. First pitch. Line shot left field. Tell you what, good looking swing right there. And here come the Bulldogs with 2 outs, back-to-back singles. Brings up Gabby Martinez. Martinez 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. She is struck out and grounded out to the pitcher. Martinez bats in the 2 spot for the Bulldogs. 285 hitter on the year is Martinez. She does have 8 doubles, a triple, and 15 RBIs. First pitch. Held up, but it was called a strike, 0-1. 6-3, Apaches lead the Bulldogs here in the 6th inning. 2 outs and 2 aboard. Home run would tie it right here. Pop up, right side, out of play. That'll take the count to 0-2. Kelly Mardones struck out 2 in this inning. Again, that was her first strikeouts since back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-2. Just missed off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2. Breaking pitch off the plate. 2-2. We are headed to a 3-2 count. Something tells me. Kelly Mardones winds and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. She struck out the side. Big strikeout there to keep the game right where it's at. 6-3 Apaches. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3, 4, and 5 for the Apaches here in the bottom of the 6th. They'll try to add some more insurance. They have a 3-run advantage. It's Haley Weber leading it off. Don't think she's going to have a chance to hit for the cycle. She's got a home run and a triple. 2 RBIs for Weber. First pitch misses for ball 1. First time up, Haley flew out to left field. Not likely she's going to get up 2 times in this inning. The Apaches can hold on to the lead. It's not likely she would get 2 more plate appearances in this ball game, but she's got the hard ones behind her with a homer and a triple. 2-0 count. She needs the single and the double. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. It's 2-1. For Weber, it was home run number 11 of the season. And it was triple number 3. 2-1 pitch. That's well hit, but right at the right fielder, Alyssa Chavez for out number 1. F9 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Mackenzie Goswick. Goswick struck out, walked, and hit an RBI single back in the 4th inning.
For the Apaches, number 19, Mackenzie Goswick.
Goswick's RBI back in the 4th inning was RBI number 57, which breaks a tie with Snow for the team lead. And that's not true, but Snow had 2 RBIs in her last at-bat, so she retook the lead. She now has 58. So it's 58-57 RBIs. Rebecca Snow leads Mackenzie Goswick by 1. Goswick at the plate with 1 out, nobody aboard here in the 6th. Apaches lead 6-3. Fly ball, or a line drive actually, over the dugout of the Apaches on the third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I didn't realize he's been here as long as he's been here. Yeah. 16 years. Well, it says on the website. Made me wonder how many years have I been here? Yeah.
Little bloop to left field, tough play, but coming in to make the grab is Jacqueline Cresta for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Shelby Court. We'll step in, and actually it's going to be a pinch hitter.
Number 18.
So the pinch hitter is going to be Amber Lower. Lower going to get a pinch hit here.
Amber Lower.
She'll pinch hit for Shelby Court here in the 6th inning. Court had struck out, hit into a double play, and flown out to center. So Court was 0 for 3. And here's Amber Lower now. Lower on the year, 160 batting average. She does have 1 double and 5 RBIs. First pitch in there, strike 1. Mr. Umpire might have got a bug in his face. He called a strike. Finally, the right arm comes up. He was wiping away. I think there's a mosquito or a fly or a bee or something that's bothering him, and he somehow got up under his mask. Here's the 0-1. That Mitch is high. He's still wiping something out of his, I don't know. Maybe it's just some, maybe he got some sweat in his eye or something. 1 ball, 1 strike to pinch hitter Amber Lower. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, the Apaches lead 6-3 over the Navarro Bulldogs. Outside, 2-1 to Amber. Apaches trying to take their conference record to 23-4. They started the day, I believe, 3 games ahead of Bossier. Bossier 19-7, and the Apaches 22-4 in the loss column. So even if the Apaches were to lose both of these games, Bossier could not catch them. Top 4 in both zones will square off in an 8-team double elimination tournament down in Lufkin. Blinn leading the South Zone, 19-5. They're tied with Sanjak at 19-5. Then it's Lamar State, Port Arthur, and Galveston. And there's a 2-out walk to Amber Lower. And that will bring up Casey Moore. The second walk for Ashley Smith since she entered the game. The 6th walk overall for the Bulldog pitching staff. Danielle Salas started in the circle. She went 4 complete innings. Smith came on in the 5th. First pitch in there for strike 1. Casey Moore is 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. Ashley Smith, the sophomore from Haughton, Louisiana, in the circle. Here's the 0-1. 0-2. Smith with the windup, way outside, 1-2. Wind continues to blow here, straight out to center. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball, third base side, foul. Caitlin Gordon got her glove on it, but it was a couple of feet to her right and in foul territory by the time she got her glove on it. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Two outs and one aboard. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We're on our way to a 3-2 count.
We've had an inordinate number of full counts in this game. And they're going to call her strikeout swinging there. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. And it's the first strikeout since back in the, well, I guess just last inning. 5th strikeout of the game. It's the 2nd strikeout for Ashley Smith. 5th strikeout of the game for the pitchers from Navarro. We go to the 7th. The Bulldogs need 3 to tie to keep this game going, or more to take the lead. We go to the 7th, 6-3 Apaches. All right, so the pinch hitter, Amber Lohr, it looks like the designated player, Rebecca Snow, is going to finish this ball game behind the plate. And we believe everyone else is the same, as best we can tell. Doesn't look like anyone else different out there at this point. So here we go, top of the 7th. 3, 4, and 5, you got to go through right through the meat of this lineup. Annika Barbosa, 1 for 3 today. First pitch swinging, she fouls it off, 0-1. Barbosa singled to right her last time up. Did have an RBI in her first at bat back in the first inning. Hit a routine grounder to Mackenzie Pete at second that scored a run with less than 2 outs. There's a bunt attempt, and that's strike 2.
I don't think you ought to try it, sweetheart. I think you ought to just hit away.
So Barbosa now in a 0-2 hole. Bulldogs need base runners. Down by 3 here in the 7th. Just missed outside, 1-2. Kenzie McGallion on deck for the Bulldogs. Kelly Mardonis winds and the pitch. Pop up. This could stay in play, and now Goswick at first is going to squeeze it for out number 1. F03 if you're scoring at the house. 1 up, 1 down in the 7th. You're 2 outs away from an Apache win. Kenzie McGallion steps in 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to right field. Just missed on that. I'm not sure where. I have to throw it down the other middle. Ball 1. Missed inside. 2-0. Navarro with 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Apaches 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. 2-0 pitch.
Run away.
Outside corner, it's 2-1. Next pitch, line down the left field line, but foul.
Oh.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody aboard here in the 7th. Tyler leads Navarro 6-3. Here's the pitch. Here's that off-speed pitch. Missed outside. And we go to a full count. This wouldn't be right.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. 2 outs here in the 7th. Strikeout number 9 for Kelly Mardonis. And she's 1 out away from her 14th complete game of the year. Here is Taylor Goulet. Goulet 1 for 3. Single to left, struck out, flew out to right field. First pitch missed outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Little chopper foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Apaches trying to secure their 44th win of the year. And they're a couple of strikes away. Here's the pitch from Kelly Mardonis. Breaking pitch misses off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch popped out over, and now you're down to your last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. What are the chances we go full here?
Oh, why not?
Pretty good. Kelly Mardonis getting her sign. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. There's your ball game. Kelly Mardonis finishes it up with a couple of strikeouts. Strikeout number 9 and number 10 in the ball game. And we'll start in about 30 minutes as the Apaches take a 6-3 win. Let's wrap this one up, and then we'll cut you loose for about 20 minutes and get back on the air. I'm sure we'll scramble to get some lineups between games as we always do. This game started in the first inning. It was an RBI ground ball by Annika Barbosa that scored Lindy Kennedy, 1-0 Navarro. They scored a second run in the second inning on a leadoff single by Goulet and an RBI single by Cresta. So it was 2-0 Navarro, but the Apaches came back in their half of the second inning on an RBI single by Hotchkiss to make it 2-1. They tied it in the third on a solo shot off the bat of Haley Weber, her 11th of the year. That tied it in the third inning, 2-2. Well, Navarro came back and took a lead in the fourth inning on a sacrifice fly by Lindy Kennedy, scoring Caitlin Gordon. It was 3-2 at that point. And then it was 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth. The Apaches finally took the lead on an RBI triple by Haley Weber and an RBI single by Mackenzie Goswick. So 4-3, and then 2 more in the fifth inning. A 2 RBI single by Rebecca Snow would provide of the game for Tyler, and the final score of 6-3. Apaches 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and the Bulldogs 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. If we look at the box score quickly, we'll let you know some of the offensive stars of the game. And for the Navarro Bulldogs, they had 3 batters with multi-hit ball games. Lindy Kennedy was 2 for 3 with a run scored and RBI. That was out of the leadoff spot. And then Caitlin Gordon goes 2 for 3 with a run scored. And in the 9 spot, Jacqueline Cresta goes 2 for 3 with an RBI as well. So a couple of hitters had pretty nice ball games for the Bulldogs, but it wasn't quite enough as the Apaches score 6 runs. Brianna Pasinger in the leadoff spot, all she does is go 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored for the leadoff hitter Pasinger. Haley Weber goes 2 for 4 with a home run, a triple, and 2 RBIs for Weber, and also a couple of runs scored. And those are the only multi-hit players in the lineup, but it was enough to hold up, and that was because of the pitching of Kelly Mardones, who gets her 27th win of the year. She goes 27-3. The losing pitcher will be Danielle Salas. She'll drop to 2-4 on the season. The Bulldogs will drop their overall record to 27-24 on the year. They are now 13-12 in Region 14 East Zone play. The Apaches take their record to 44-14 on the year overall, and their conference record goes to 23-4. So that'll wrap things up from Schwab Field here in Bullard. We'll be back on the air in about 20 minutes. This game lasted 2 hours and 11 minutes. And production, the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College is Dr. John spit it out. From Schwab Field, the Apaches win game 1, 6-3. Back in about 20 minutes. So long, everybody.